Now, while we talk about sensitive information disclosure, if we fail to protect against the disclosure of sensitive information on LLM outputs, it can actually lead to legal consequences or a loss of competitive advantage as well. So, sensitive information disclosure happens when LLMs inadvertently reveal confidential data which is embedded within the training materials or through careless handling of query responses. Now, sensitive information plus LLMs, it's like accidental oversharing. That's there. So, large language models are like super smart parrots. They remember the patterns, mimic what they see, and sometimes repeat the things they really should not. So, when these models are embedded into apps and tools, they risk accidentally spilling up the beans or the confidential information or the stuff that was supposed to stay private. So we are talking about all the secret sauces, whether it's personal information, could be your address, could be your email, could be anything else, could be your financial stuff like your bank account or your crypto wallet. And it could be there. Health records. Yes, even that one time you Googled about eating 2 day old sushi safe. That's your eating preference. Confidential business data, your credentials, passwords. Now, every time passwords comes to my mind, I remember. So, how many of you have multiple passwords? They just type it yes, no, maybe. Most of us have like tons and tons of password. So, passwords are like toothbrushes. Do we share our toothbrush with anyone? No, it's our personal hygiene. So, we need to keep it safe. It's like our personal safe space. We should not be sharing. Um, or when we talk about LLMs, it also could share the proprietary code or secret AI recipes, like LLM version of some grandma cookies, which we don't want. So, how does this oversharing happens or the sensitive information goes through? Here, talk about this case, which happened with Samsung worker who actually by mistake or accidentally leaked the trade secrets via ChatGPT. This person was just trying to modify the code, beautify the code, and get some nice things. And then the oversharing happens. So it's like whatever goes out in this universe stays there forever, whether it's energy, whether it's anything. So sometimes user feeds sensitive information into the LLMs without realizing it, like telling a chatbot, "Hey, rewrite the resignation letter. I'm sending it to my boss." I am not doing it. My boss is on the call, so I am not doing it. It's just an example. So here is a whole of our internal drama which is going on the public. Or worse, here is my company's revenue sheet. Make it sound exciting for the investors. Now you're sharing all the confidential information onto the public. Now, as Micah says, the internet is forever. Yes, absolutely. And what could go wrong? Think about it. With all of this, we could leak PII information. PII leak could be there. You just package PII like a gift basket to the internet. And if the data ends up in trainings or logs, it should show up. It could show up again in someone else's conversation. We might be able to reveal proprietary algorithm exposure, right? So we can just try and get something internal and tell the chat GPT that, oh, give me this information, summarize this and beautify it. Let me tell you what we've done internally. We have created our own internal GPT so that it stays internal. It only goes to all the people who we are working. Ideally, I want it for my team, but then it should only stay within the organization. So maybe there's something which you can do. Now, I'll tell you a fun and scary fact. So there was an attack which happened in 2019, which is proof pudding attack, where attackers use model responses to reverse engineer training data and sneak past those email filters, like dressing up a spam, but looking just clean enough to slip through. And that's where sensitive and business information slips out, where you are generating a report and say, here is the confidential Q3 forecast, make it sound optimistic. Later, someone asks a different question and the model gives that information about your organization. So, based on those Q3 projections, revenue should jump 47%, 48%, 50%. Now, your private numbers are public karaoke lyrics. Do you want it? I do not want that. Yes, private GPT, absolutely. Now, what can we do? So, these are some of the things that are there on the screen. First of all, I would say sanitization in everything that I'm going to be talking about. So, scrub the data and make sure it's sanitized properly. Data cleanup crew has to be there. That what we are sharing, we have to set up strict validation. Only clean, non-sensitive data gets past the, or only the non-sensitive data gets past the valid rope. Now, we need to have proper access controls. We have to lock it down. Need to know basis, the information will go out. Data has to be on the leash. We need to limit where the model can pull it from, or pull the information from, because a lot of times we just keep feeding the information. No random rabbit holes at all from the internet. So, no saying that, oops, I found our database on the open web. No, that should not be there. So, we need to be smart about learning privacy techniques, whether it's federated learning, differential privacy is something which is totally amazing. I totally love it. So, it's like, add a little noise to the data so attackers can't reverse engineer your secrets, like smudging your name onto a whiteboard before someone actually copies it. That's something which is very important. And then we can lock the settings, say, or security configurations. And user education is the key, and that's why we are all here and talking about it, discussing about all of these things. Because we and this Kinta just rightly said, treat AI like you would treat a random person. Local AI is just one that you have trapped in your house, but even then there is way to escape, but then you have to be very, very clear about it, that what you are sharing. So treat your LLM like a gossip prone genius. Clean the input, lock the doors, train responsibly, and never let it drink straight from the internet. So if you don't let it happen, I think that somewhere helps you out. Now, the example that I gave you about Samsung, or any example that I give you, that's I've picked up from the internet, it's there all over, so you can actually pick it up. And everything has a resource associated with it. So we've talked about prompt injection, we've talked about sensitive information disclosure, but how about these sanitization, and then leading all of these to supply chain vulnerabilities?